Today is a beautiful day, so I thought maybe I'd share my story with all of you. It started back in 2007 when I got married and I moved in with my wife. Marriage was good for quite a while, actually. And then we moved in with my parents. Things were going all right, but it was a little rocky. Um, then we moved out again and found a place, and it was the worst place possible. There was, landlords going into our apartment without letting us know. We were getting noise complaints when we weren't home, just a bunch of things, and a lot of things happened there, and it caused me to be an alcoholic to the point to where I'd get blackout drunk. I would take pills. I had some pain pills. I don't remember what they were called anymore, but I would take like 4 or 5 of them at a time, and it would knock me out. And then I would wake up. I'd take more, and I'd go back to sleep, and I'd wake up and I'd take more, and I got so damn addicted. I got to the point to where I was hoping that this was my last bottle of Jack Daniels and this was my last bottle of pills, because I don't want to be here anymore. I was hoping that with mixing the pills and the alcohol that I just wouldn't wake up anymore. Never happened. So we moved out of that place. Things were getting better for a while, and started getting rocky again. Things happened again. I got depressed. I stayed in my room the whole entire time. I had a PlayStation in there. I had a TV in there. I had a recliner in there, so I didn't. The only time I left that bedroom was to get something to eat or go to the bathroom. And then eventually, me and my ex-wife now, we got into a bunch of fights, and she ended up kicking me out, filing for divorce, and I was like, fine, whatever, I'll just do whatever you want. Well, somehow we ended up canceling the divorce and getting back together. So, it happened again. Everything was good for a little bit. And then I started getting depressed again because things were happening. And I stayed in my room again, and I started eating 6 to 7 McDoubles every other day, if not every day. And then I would put on 3 or 4 large fries and 2 or 3 large Cokes or even Dr. Peppers, or sometimes both. And then sometimes I would get an apple pie. And then my ex-wife was an enabler, so we would go to the food pantry because we didn't always have money for food, and she'd bring me all the snacks that came from the food pantry, all the donuts, the cakes, the cookies, the pies. They would all come to me, and I wasn't going to say no, and I ate them. I ate them all. In that one sitting, I would eat them all. And we ended up splitting up again and getting divorced. And I started losing weight, and I started feeling really good about myself. And I was able to lose enough weight to where I could work. I got a couple jobs. One was a factory job. Only lasted a couple days. It just didn't work out. And then I started a dishwashing job where it was okay for a little bit. And I ended up applying for Walmart. And I got the job. I was there for a year and a half. And then I loved it there. It was a great job. I had I had friends that haven't had in a long time, just having friends and people to talk to. It was great, and I was losing more weight than that, and, then unfortunately, COVID happened, and, things were happening where, if you worked at Walmart and you didn't feel safe being there, then you didn't have to be there and you didn't have any consequences. So a lot of employees took advantage of that. And, I stayed out of work for a week. But I went back to work knowing that being out of work is not going to pay the bills. So I'd go back to work and barely anybody was there. I was basically doing my job and then helping the supervisor do his job because he couldn't handle the pressure. So, yeah, I was doing everybody's jobs and mine at the same time, and I just couldn't do it anymore. And I had stress marks all over my body, and I was told that I needed to leave or I was going to have a heart attack. So I left. And that was hard for me because it was a job and I felt powerful for having that job. I was the man of the house, I was providing for my family. And me and my wife now, we were supposed to get married in 2000 and that didn't happen because of COVID, and it put me into a deeper depression. So I started eating bad again and being lazy and sitting on the couch, and I noticed something was happening when we went to the Wisconsin Dells, and I could barely go through any of the attractions because I would have to sit down and rest, take a break. And I still made it through, so I thought, you know what, maybe I'm just, whatever. And I kept eating bad. I kept eating bad and eating bad. And then my legs were getting bigger, they were swelling up with all this fluid. My lymphodemas were getting swollen. I just was not ready to admit that I was getting big again. So, till now, I just one day I woke up out of bed, said, I'm tired of running out of breath. I couldn't even walk from my living room to my bedroom, and it's not that far apart. I would literally have to take a break from getting up in the living room, sit down in the kitchen, then make my way to the bedroom. And I decided I don't want to live like that anymore. And here I am today, fighting for my life, fighting for my family, trying to be strong, trying to motivate other people. Because sometimes life sucks, and people need to know that you are not fighting alone. We all have our demons. We all have to fight something once in a while. We all have setbacks. But you can't let that ruin who you are. You can't let setbacks determine who you are. Thank you for watching my first vlog. Let me know how I did in the comments below. I appreciate each and every one of you so very much for being here. Yeah, we'll see you next time.